And Adam Lee, the founder of Community Trail Running, will be presenting 3 foods to each other in which they have to determine which one they're going to eat, which one they're going to carry, and which one they're going to toss at the next aid station. Before we get started, I want to point out that Adam Lee now looks like Jack Sparrow. And
I gotta shave.
and I'm assuming that as Adam going to give me choices that surround pirates eating food. I could be wrong, but we'll see how this goes. Adam, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining me.
Happy Friday, Jason. I'm very well. How are you?
I am fantastic, dude. I got to tell you, I know we talk in the green room probably for like 30 minutes before we even get started on this show. But this is one of my favorite things to do all month. And we only do it twice a month. Everybody's busy and everything else. But man, if we could do it more often, I would absolutely do it because I laugh my ass off during the show. And then when I rewatch it, the 27 times afterwards, I'm still laughing.
We have a pretty good time doing this one. I love the reaction and the participation from everyone at home too. It's a lot of fun.
It's awesome. Ohm's like, dude, the views on and the downloads of Food Fight Friday at the aid station took off. I was like, yeah, because I've been watching it for 4 hours straight.
It's me.
I've been powering that number, man.
All the numbers on the internet are fake.
That's right. Speaking of the internet and the downloads, make sure you check out Community Trail Running Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Adam does a great job with his show. He brings on really intriguing guests who have great stories. You can also check out his Substack. You can also check out our show amongst the many others on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts. And thank you for those of you who watch us on YouTube. We are about to eclipse 10,000 views of our network between today and probably Sunday at this rate, which is phenomenal. So thank you. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review to the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network. And make sure you subscribe, rate, and review to Community Trail Running. Both of those shows and networks are wherever you get your podcast. So, Adam, I'm going to turn the show over to you. I'm getting ready to make my decision on which foods to eat, toss, or carry.
Well, Jason, being the day after Halloween, it's probably about the easiest way to theme a show ever. So you'll have to forgive me if I took the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, wait a second, though. We could schedule a show on the Friday after the American Thanksgiving, which would also be very easy to do.
I'm game. It's the fake Thanksgiving, and that's fine. Like, there's only one Halloween at least, but yeah, we could do that. That works.
In comparison, if any of our audience out there is a researcher, which Thanksgiving is actually older? It's got to be the Canadian Thanksgiving, right? It has to be.
I have no idea. And again, ours isn't. I don't even know. Like, it's a harvest festival, so I think there's all kinds of differences. But of course, if we have the same thing, I'm going to call ours the real one and yours the fake one. So
as well, you should. Which, by the way, speaking of Canadians, I have been in a comment exchange on the Newfoundland, because I learned how to pronounce it correctly, edition, which has got to be like 3 or 4 months old right now. But it's been fabulous. I've been learning about Clarence Birdseye and how he was in Newfoundland and discovered the whole flash freezing process. Like, this YouTube conversation has been awesome. And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but thank you so much for engaging in our conversation about foods from Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. You're almost there.
Damn it.
Newfoundland.
You can take another out of New York.
That's it. We won't hold it against you. You're trying. That's the main thing. If you want to go down another fun food-related Newfoundland rabbit hole, check out Butter and Margarine and the story of that there.
Okay.
Yep. You can. I'll just leave it there.
Just leave it there.
We started early about talking about low-hanging fruit, and that's where the selections are we're gonna start with your choices as well. I mean, it's Halloween. There are plenty of spooky themed runs out there you can go do and dress up. We'll say that this is like a 50K kind of run. So you don't have a lot of people in costumes on the course because that's still a long time, but all the aid stations are decked out. So you're feeling the Halloween spirit and you roll in there. And of course they're going to have Halloween treats. And the first one, being that low hanging fruit, is a candy apple.
Okay.
The second one, because it's still a race and an aid station and all that, they don't want to just put pure junk out there. So you've got the classic like box of raisins.
I thought you were going to go with Milk Duds, and this was going to be like a get your teeth stuck scenario.
Nope. You gotta get the raisins, the ones that hang on in your Halloween treats until the very end, and finally you're like, "Fuck, all right, I guess I'll eat them." But and then lastly, because you have to have the classic in there, and as much as I wanted to go with the full bar, because I never actually went to a house where you got a full-size chocolate bar as a kid. Never happened for me. When I heard those stories, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving you that choice either. It's a mini one. You get a mini Snickers, a box of raisins, or a candy apple.
I only get one mini Snicker, just one.
You know what? You can grab a handful. We'll say there's a whole bowl there, and even if you have your snotty hands, they'll let you reach right in there and grab them.
Well, it's a good. Well, snotty hand. The Snickers are in a package, so I'm good there.
Right.
All right. I think this is pretty easy. I'm gonna eat the box of raisins. Maybe I'll even include the box that I'm eating, just because I need some extra calories than what the raisins are providing me. The candy apple I'm throwing, and the reason why I'm throwing it is because that sticky shit all in your teeth. Like, you may not be able to eat ever again because you might get that shit glued shut. So the candy apple is out. Even though, when we learned from our first episode that a baguette could be used as a weapon, a candy apple could be used as a weapon too.
Multiple times.
Yes,
you could
multiple times.
Throw that, it could take out a competitor, and you could pick it up and use it again, and it'd be fine. It'd be the same rock it was when you threw it.
And I'm carrying the mini Snickers, and I have experience at this. One of my tricks at running ultras is to carry mini Snickers in my vest, and then you just pop them in, and you don't chew them, because if you try chewing them, like, and I'm a mouth breather, so like there's just shit flowing everywhere, like it makes a mess. I just let the chocolate melt in my mouth as I'm running, and then you get some peanut in there, and it's perfect. So I'm carrying the mini Snickers. I'm eating the entire box of raisins, including the box, and I'm throwing the candy apple in the garbage unless I see a competitor taking off before me, and then I'm throwing the candy apple at him and leaving it on the ground.
Right? If the aid station has some rocks near it, you could roll the apple in the rocks, right?
I would love for AI to scan our podcasts and put together aid station tables and then put on a race that has all this shit at it.
I think that's that new meta world, right? Maybe this race is happening already. We don't even know it.
Yeah, if I had what is Apple selling their goggles for like $5,000 or something? If I had $5,000 to just toss on some Apple goggles and run my own virtual race with all this shit laying around the house. It would be amazing. We might have to have a Food Fight Friday at the aid station race one day, man, and literally have all this crap. Could you imagine a bowl of sauerkraut juice?
No, we deserve it because that's what we've been doing. So I guess, but
It would be some of the worst shit. Like baked beans. I remember there was candied salmon at one of the aid stations we talked about.
Candied salmon is delicious. Give me some candied salmon. I'll take that over the bowl of sauerkraut juice.
A fucking baguette just sitting there out all day, getting just super hard. Like, oh my goodness. A turkey sandwich, that was on the list too. We might be able to, feed some mouths with a little bit of turkey sandwich.
100%. I think I'm pretty much on board for your choices, but I would flip what I would eat there and carry. I would probably eat the Snickers right away to not deal with the chocolate. And then carry the raisins and just pop those in while I walked along. But
man, there's no way you're gonna want to eat those raisins as you're moving along. You're gonna be like, this is a waste. There's like 4 calories in here.
Yeah, but I guess it's just like some flavor and some. I mean, you have to have
flavor.
More than
We're talking about raisins.
Have you ever had like apricots while you're out there, like dried apricots?
Yeah, dried apricots are fantastic.
Right? I mean, a raisin's just a smaller version of that.
I mean, if you had said Raisinets, chocolate covered raisins, I got it. I'm in.
Then you get the chocolate, sure, yeah.
Yeah, sign me up.
We're not spoiling you that much. You got to have some fucking raisins, okay?
Right now, Sunmaid's like, how do I sponsor this event so I can pass out boxes of raisins?
Guys, someone's talking about us.
Maybe they'll mention the prunes next.
Yeah, get
Guess
some
what,
good
Sunmate?
prune juice. That's it.
Oh God, that would be awful, dude. That would be so bad. And if you made it a race where it was like one porta john on a 20-mile loop, right? Like, oh, that would be so bad.
Yep, it would be the only year you did it.
Well, the word prune has the word run in it, so there you go.
All right, I guess it's a thing now. We need a raisin and a prune sponsor. Let's go.
So, well, all at the same place. Sunmade makes both. We're in. We're signing them
Excellent.
up.
All right.
Oh, goodness gracious. Dude, thank you so much for the laughs. This is absolutely one of my favorite things to do every month, as I said at the beginning. For those of you who are watching or listening on the podcast, let us know in the comments. Candy apple, box of raisins, or a handful of mini Snickers. Which are you eating? Which are you tossing? And which are you carrying? Adam, have a great weekend, buddy. And I will see you at our next Food Fight Friday at the aid station.
And just a quick disclaimer for people that comment. You have to play the game too. You can't
Yes.
just be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat that. Like, no, you gotta give us the reasons or the everything line by line. None of this like picking one thing.
Yeah, by the way, us two dirtbags, we are rule followers when it's all said and done. Like, you better follow the rules. You got to pick something to eat, something to carry, and something to toss. Don't be like, well, if it was a caramel apple instead of a candy apple. No, here are the things. Play by the rules. See you next time, brother.
Thanks, Pat.